Hello lovelies, welcome to the channel. So this video is kind of like a 3 in 1, and it is a page in my 100-day journal. So all about the 100-day project, which I'll put some info in the description as well. But this is also a page for a challenge on a Facebook group that I'm in. Now this is sort of a spur of the moment video because every day, give or take a few, I upload a video to my Instagram, and I will put the link to my Instagram in the description box as well. For the 100-day project, I have chosen 100 days of art. So every day I do an art journal page, and I post a very short, less than a minute video on Instagram of that page. Sometimes they run a little longer and I'd have to edit majorly and speed it up to subhuman speeds, and it just wouldn't be worth it. So I turn them into art journal videos for you over here. So sort of like best of both worlds. I get to keep uploading art journal videos on my YouTube channel, but also continue with the 100-day project videos on my Instagram. And this is one of those. It started out, I film all my art journal videos, and it started out as an Instagram video, but it was already 5 minutes long after editing it, so I thought I'd share it with you guys, and I haven't uploaded an art journal video in a while. So the prompt I showed you at the beginning, it's a mood board. Now this is for the Soul Sisters Facebook group on Facebook, obviously. And it's run by an awesome art shop called Art and Soul Studio. And every month they have a challenge, and this month's mood board is the picture that I showed you at the beginning. And when I looked at this, I saw these lovely browns, the typewriting typeface, which I was hoping to use my typewriter, but I didn't. And then also the prompt was to use your alphas. So it was a bit of a challenge for me because although I love to use book pages and things, the colors really I struggled with. Now the only browns and things of that shade I have are in the Distress inks, and that's what I went to town with. Very rarely do I use brown. I don't think I use it at all. So this is a very different page for me. And as you can see, I started with the packaging technique, and I just laid down some of the brands. Now the colours I've got are Frayed Burlap, Walnut Stain, and Gathered Twigs. And then I used one of my favourite New Dilution stamps. It's got some book text on it in some circles, and I've just done some basic stamping just to bring in some more of that typeface, which I really love. And then I wanted to hand cut a heart out of an old book page, which I did. And then I crumpled it to give it some texture, and then I wanted to colour it. And that's where I ran into a few bumps because I think it's the Frayed Burlap. When you use it, or the one I've used it, it's got like a green undertone, and I don't like it. I really don't. So I tried to throw in some Walnut Stain as well. In the end, I just go with it. So I ended up colouring the whole heart. I wasn't going to colour it at all. I was going to stay just as a book page. But yeah, in the end, I just went with it. And then I've stuck that down, and then this is where I've brought in my alphas. So I'm calling it Telling My Story, which is what I feel I do with my art journal pages. It's all about, my inner story. So I thought it was quite fitting. And I'm using some Kaiser Craft alphas, which I love. They're these little tiny ones, tiny tiles. And then I've used my favourite wooden alphabet stamps, which I haven't actually used in a while. And putting that together, I've made my title. And then once I finish with that, I grabbed my Stabilo All Marks pencil, which I love. I think I got about 3 of them. They are the so-called magic pencil, and they are water soluble. So when you add a bit of water, you're left with a really cool watercolory mark, which if you use a lot of water, you can almost dissolve the entire line. But if you add a little bit, you sort of get like a bleeding look, which is really cool. I love the bleed through look. So that's what I've done. I added a few marks because I really like mark making. So I outlined my heart to give it some shadow and just some depth. And then I've gone and drawn a few little crosses, chevrons, circles, just to add a few little marks around the place. Then I get a small paintbrush and just bleed out a few of those lines just to give it more of that grungy bleed out look. And that's pretty much it for my page. So this was a very different page for me colour scheme wise. And yeah, I don't mind how it turned out. So I'm really happy with this one. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will put links to all of those things I mentioned in the beginning of the video in the description box. So I do hope you'll go and check out more about the 100-day project and my Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with a new video. Bye for now.